Hey everybody, and welcome to Leia's Lair. Here's our summary and review of Star Wars The Bad Batch Season 1, Episode 2, Cut and Run. The Bad Batch Season 1, Episode 2 picks up right where Episode 1 left off, with the Bad Batch and Omega headed to J-19 to the planet Salukami. Here they find Sue and Cut Locane and their two children. For those of you who might not know them, we first see Sue and Cut and their family in the episode Deserter of the Clone Wars. Cut is the deserter of the clone army, and the Bad Batch goes to see him to learn how to live off the grid. The main premise of the episode is that Cut and his family essentially have to cut and run from Salukami and the impending presence of the Empire. The Bad Batch do their part to assist the family. Omega finds herself in trouble at the beginning of the episode, which leads Hunter to wanting to send her away with Cut to be safe. Omega, however, does not want to go with them and runs back to be with the Bad Batch instead, something Hunter accepts. Another interesting point made in the episode is that Cut mentions Captain Rex had just passed through the day before. The episode closes with the Bad Batch leaving Salukami. Alright, so what we liked and didn't like about the episode. So I thought it was pretty nice to see Cut and Sue again. I honestly didn't think that we would ever see them post Clone Wars, you know, because they live off the map. And
yeah, that was super cool. Yeah, for anyone who hasn't seen the Clone Wars series, these are not new characters. But yeah, it's really cool to see them again, and also to hear that I guess Rex was there.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
A day before they were there, which is pretty sweet. So we get to hear about a bit about that. We also get to hear about how they talk about the inhibitor chip. So it's kind of a bit of a confirmation now they know for sure, even though. It's funny because it's like, I feel like Tech just always knows everything. He's like, oh, it's quite, you know. And it's like, why aren't you saying anything to everyone?
He's like, wasn't it obvious? And I was like, well, I feel like it might not be that obvious.
It's the same when the last episode about the clone, like, he's kind of stuck up.
Yeah, maybe he's just like socially inept.
Right? He's just like, hey, like, yeah, I thought everyone knew this. It's like, no, come on, man.
I also like going back to Cut and Sue. I find them so interesting because they're like a hybrid family. Like, he's a clone and she's a Twi'lek, and then their children are like a combination, which is pretty cool. What was also kind of cool to see was like Hunter is essentially now like Omega's father figure.
Yeah.
And how like Cut was trying to give him advice on being a dad to Omega.
That's cool. Yeah, you definitely see that how the relationship is developing, and he's trying to make the right decision by, you know, sending her away because he thinks that she'll be better off with Cut and Sue.
Totally.
But obviously she doesn't want to go with them.
But of course not. Why would she ever want to go with them? That would just be what would the point of her character being in the show be if she just was like, yeah, hi in the first episode, okay, bye in the second.
Yeah. I was like, at first I kind of thought maybe she was actually going to go away. Like I thought maybe, oh, okay, like maybe she'll link back up with them in a future episode. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I was like, I actually thought, I was like, okay, I guess she's gonna go with. So I was pretty, it was pretty surprising to be like, oh, just kidding, I snuck away from Cut and Sue. Like, you don't think they would have been like, no, you shouldn't go.
Right.
You should stay with us. Like, or it would be easy to like sneak past, like leave after the Empire, or you know, has rallied up has rallied up the ship. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it was really cool to see the Nexu.
Yeah,
as well.
The animated Nexu. If you guys don't know what the Nexu is, that is the animal that attacks Padme. In episode 2 in the Petronaki Arena. Yeah. So
that was really cool.
Good to know they're actually scary in real life too, not just in the stadium.
Yeah, they're just as scary outside of the stadium as they are inside.
Yeah. So what we didn't like, the whole episode I found like not a lot really happened. Like you get a bit more like depth into the relationship of Omega and Hunter. But like, and you know, you get to see Cut and Sue again. But outside of that, like nothing really happened. They were just kind of there. They helped Cut and Sue, and then they just kind of leave.
Yeah, it's like they did. Yeah, they learned about the chip, and you know, it progressed Hunter and Omega's relationship a bit. But other than that, it's like not a whole lot has come from that trip really. And like and I kind of was like, oh, I actually thought that if Omega went with Cut, that would have been okay, and even if she came back in a later episode, but Omega just ditched Cut anyways after that. So I was kind of like, oh, okay, like what was the point of even like sending her off with them? But
I think it was just to show like Hunter trying to be like the bigger man and send her away for her own good.
Yeah, so it adds more to like their depth of the relationship, but not as much to the progression of the story. But that's okay. I mean, we have like a lot more.
Yeah, 14 more episodes.
Yeah.
So in terms of a rating, I'm going to give this episode a 6.5. I thought it was nice to see the old characters come back as usual. It was cool how they mentioned Rex might be, like, Rex was there, so he might be in the future episodes, which will be nice. And I thought it was kind of cool to see how the Empire is slowly taking over, like, all these planets and, like, what they're doing in their takeover. Kind of like behind the scenes. But at the same time, like I said previously, not a lot really happened. It wasn't like the most riveting episode. There wasn't like a ton of action, so not a lot of plot advancement. So yeah, 6.5 for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go. I agree with you. I'm gonna give it a 6. It was cool, definitely cool to see like old characters like Cut and Sue again. And there was some more development in the relationship between like Hunter and Omega. But yeah, like not a whole lot progressed, and you know. I guess the plot kind of has to slow down a bit, and you have such a great episode for the first one, like a 70-minute episode, Order 66, all these things going on, like so you can't, it's gonna be hard to top that. But yeah, I still enjoyed it. I'm still enjoying the series, and I can't wait to see what's to come.
And there you have it. Thanks for watching, everyone. What did you think of the second episode of The Bad Batch? Let us know down below in the comment section. And remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more great videos to come. We hope to see you all again in Leia's Lair.
You are not a Jedi yet.